Welcome to Creepin' It Real. I'm Judah. Over here we got Jacob.
Hey, can we, Jasper brought this up.
What's up?
Can we have a moment of silence for one of our own crew passing this week?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Alex was sent away to kitty heaven yesterday at a ripe old age of 14. Yeah, he had it for a while. But Pudge is still here.
Yeah. We watched an amazing movie called Brain Tumor. Thanks to this man here who, was scouring the internet for, I'm not sure, but he came across it. Let's run that trailer, Gabe, please.
We kept with the body horror theme.
Yep. Is that
After your favorite Terrifier.
Yeah, thanks.
You were all into that one and getting cut in half.
Yeah.
Dr. Caligari, this is a non-smoking
Great
operating.
name.
Caligari.
That was a rip-off of Seinfeld. The Milk Dud.
Oh, I just noticed something about that shot. It's so worse than what I thought before.
I don't know how it could have gotten worse. Oh, the racist, the
Yeah.
alt-right dude.
Yep.
I'm curious.
Nothing good comes out of Pandora's box.
Well, I've never met Pandora, and I'm certain I didn't open her box.
I just got that.
Sure, you can marry for money, but what about love?
This guy.
That.
I
If
love
can't
that guy.
have both, I'd rather have the money.
That scene made me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, me too.
Let me not try to escape at all.
Yeah. She's into that.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate being spied on by my son or his girlfriend.
Wait, are you talking about us?
Could you please pay attention?
I don't
Dash?
remember that.
Well,
Yeah.
you're talking about your son and his girlfriend, but we're both sitting right here.
So is that what I do when you say I'm passive aggressive? I don't like it when my supposed boss and my coworker
And friend. Are we not friends anymore?
Oh no,
Dude, that
we are
that
definitely friends.
move.
Okay, so there you have it, folks.
Relevant.
That was Brain Tumor.
Mm-hmm.
He sends me a text and he's like, "Bro, check this out. Let me know if this is going to be a good movie for Creepin' It Real." So I look it up. I start watching it. I'm kind of like dying laughing and dying of like embarrassment at the same time.
Like cringing.
Yeah, and we're like texting each other back and forth.
And I can't stop watching it. I'm like,
was
crap, I
difficult.
got to save this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was difficult to
'Cause
stop.
it's just one thing after the next. Like, it was non-stop cringe. And it was hard to tell if it was intentional or not.
Mhm.
So, anyways, this was very much like that. Like, I could not pull away
Yeah.
from just watch. And so I was like, man, we got to save this for our Rumble.
Yeah, and YouTube.
Creepin' It Real.
So
Rumble.
we finally tear ourselves away from this. I'm sending him messages still. There's this part where we were both mistaken. We thought that this nurse, the doctor's talking to this nurse, and he says, how's your boyfriend? And she's like, oh, he's in the doghouse. Me and Jacob both thought that there was some kind of like rift between them, and they were using the whole in the doghouse thing, like he's in trouble. And then she goes home. She has like a dog bone for him. He has a collar on. And we are both like, oh, this is
some weird sex
so
thing.
bad. And the dude's like crawling around and barking and whining and rolling on the floor.
And very sweaty. He was
very sweaty. And so both of us are just like, what the F? So on that Saturday, I think I'm texting him. And I send a text that he never got. And it says, there is no way, this is all my text says, there is no way I would act like a dog for that nurse. Okay? And then...
For that nurse. I think you said that nurse in caps.
You don't know. because
So
you
it
didn't
was
see
probably a different. So, hey, if you're a nurse out there, you're into that thing, hit him up. Maybe, just maybe, you'll be that nurse.
You'll be that nurse.
Yeah.
So then all I get sent back are these two big eye emojis. And I was like, why is he acting like he doesn't know? And then I get the what? And I'm like, dude, the boyfriend that's simping for that nurse, like there's absolutely no way. And then I get a message just like, who do you think you're talking to right now? It was the best, worst person possible. It was my stepsister.
Oh. I'm
And-
like, I don't remember this conversation at all.
and then she's like, well, who would you act like a dog for? which was
Look,
really
okay. Well,
funny.
I've compiled a list,
Yeah, exactly.
and I wanted to go over it with you. And see
So
your...
I felt like this was like maybe one of those, sometimes you have to go through life and hit a question that you should have been asking yourself way back here, but you had
Am
to
I
make those
into this?
experiences
Yeah.
before you like, oh, I should have asked myself. So, Gabe,
Are you into pet play?
no, that's not the question.
Oh,
No.
Gabe, who are you going to act like a dog for?
Mm,
who let the games out?
I don't really want to stay in front of them.
Well, we'll come back to that.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we'll come on. We'll cut
In
the
front
cameras.
of them.
Whoa!
Whoa!
All right, so this movie.
Whoa.
Okay, because that's what we do here. Instead of just pick on poor Gabe,
Oh. Oh.
we only pick on him because we're jealous.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I loved this movie, even though it was dog crap. Oh, yeah, that was a segue there. Unintentional, but
Yeah.
we are
So,
professionals.
Linus Tech Tips would be jelly. So
What was your feelings on this movie?
I thought it was great. I couldn't stop cracking up, dude. It was just between the acting and just the audacity that the director had in even putting this thing out. Just goes, man, this dude's he has got to have those rubber balls on the back of his truck. Just some big cojones. No, it was good. It's a good movie to really grab a bunch of friends, some beer, pizza, and just hang out because out of all the movies we've seen so far, this has by far been the best buddy movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say this, though, it was extremely difficult finding any kind of information on this.
So I'm
couldn't find
looking
info,
on
yeah.
IMDb. I'm trying to find a way to contact this guy. I can't. Apparently, you can pay for a IMDb Pro and you can get contact information, but I wasn't willing to do that.
How
so-
much was it?
I didn't even look.
Oh.
And then I'm going to Facebook. I can't find anything, but I end up finding the place that distributed it.
Mhm.
I think it's called Whacked Videos or something. And
Oh,
so
yes, yeah.
I send a message to Whacked Videos saying, hey, we're going to review this movie. I don't have a lot of information. Can you direct me? Show, I don't know.
Yeah.
And who responded was actually the director.
Probably because he's the owner of the publishing company, too.
Did it?
I mean,
he
this
is. He
yeah,
is.
This seems like one of those type of deals where he's kind of wearing all the hats,
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for
probably
sure.
behind the camera half the time or
Mhm.
setting up the tripod. He's probably an actor in it.
Yeah.
Did you get the guy's name?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll read this to you. It's going to be a little boring, but
Oh,
So-
I think this episode is boring.
it's
enough.
already boring enough.
Yeah.
Too bad you're
so
hearing
okay,
it
so
all.
this guy. Okay, so he's the owner of Whacked.
Yep.
Okay.
I asked. I said, "Can you give me some info?" And he's like, "Well, I haven't really spent any time promoting this. Give me a day to write something up and send it to you." At Texas Frightmare weekend on May 1st of 2022, before I had a script, I shared a couple of funny lines that were bouncing around in my head with filmmaker Brett McCormick. The director of The Abomination and Replicator.
Did
Oh, I
he
do
say
know.
No, I did.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say that's pretty douchey.
Brett and I have been friends since 1984. I wrote and directed a segment for his first film, an anthology called Tabloid. My story was called Baby Born with Full Beard. My
I
wife,
think I saw that skit on SNL.
K-Bay, and I played the leads. Well, of course you did. Brett strongly encouraged me to make Brain Tumor. He created the monster. It is said that it looks a lot like the monster from The Abomination. I looked it up. I don't entirely agree. I wouldn't have made that connection at all.
Gabe, can you look that up? While
It
he's-
is The Abomination, and it's an older one, so don't get that mixed up. My wife, K-Bay, was the producer, production designer, talent coordinator, wardrobe supervisor,
Oh.
location scout, location manager. She did the script breakdown, scheduling, continuity, and craft service. I was
Wow.
the director of photography, location sound recording, gaffer, and editor. I composed all of the creepy, intense music. You said something about the music, such as everything from Phoenix in the lab, parking garage, apartment exterior, and apartment interior from the final scene, which Kay created. Neither of us have assistants. We were literally the entire crew.
Well, dude, I mean that's not saying much. It's not like a 100-man crew. You have to. Anyway, sorry.
That's it. You got it. I
He seems
always
weird.
see Gabe.
creepy.
It
That
says we
is
would
something.
work for a few hours here and there to accommodate the cast scheduling.
I mean, they're both red. They're both veiny. They're gross.
I mean, one's mouth is going horizontal, the other one vertical. So
That is something.
It's got an eyeball. It's juicy. See, that's the one thing I thought about this that they could really use. The monster could use some more juice.
oh, I agree.
He's
oh,
very
speaking
dried
of that,
out.
the cyst. This is like no offense to the director. Dang it, forgot your name.
Because
bro.
I know he's waiting to see this on YouTube.
Glenn, no offense, bro. This is like a worse version of Cyst, which is weird because Cyst was super low budget, but this is like even lower budget.
Okay, well,
than Cyst.
explain worse. In what way? Because I thought this was a much better movie than
I
Cyst.
felt Cyst. Oh no, I don't disagree, but I felt
Oh.
Cyst tried. It wasn't taking itself serious, but at the same time, it wanted to very much
Just in
pay
case
homage.
it accidentally got some recognition.
potentially.
Yeah.
It was like it definitely wanted to pay homage to those 50s sci-fi horror movies, where this one is just like, we just want to be ridiculous and have fun.
Yeah, we
that's
know
my
this
opinion.
is bad, and yeah.
It says I have a film label called Whacked Movies, which is where I got in contact with him. And just so everybody knows, I'm ending right here. It says I will be at Texas Frightmare Weekend promoting the movie at the Wild Eyed release booth. There you go. So anybody who's going to go to that, he's going to be there.
Yeah.
So thanks, Glenn, for sending me that information. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Glenn. We know that took time, and we appreciate you doing that.
You
It
the
does-
man, Glenn.
It
You
helps
the
make
man.
these videos a little more interesting.
No, I'm being sincere.
Yeah, we are.
And when he takes time, to reach out, even though it
That's
doesn't
what
matter.
I just said, Glenn. You see what I put up with? You see what I put up with? We're halfway through the season, and I'm
Gabe,
Yeah.
what did you think of this movie?
Glenn, shut your ears. No, it's not that bad. I don't know, man. I say this like every time.
It's not your thing.
This was a rough one to get through. It was funny, but it was a rough one. Now, it could have been an off day. Could have been tired. We tend to do these in the afternoon.
you and
usually
I
am
are
tired,
always like
but
ready
man, It was
to
a.
knock out.
I had to really fight for this one.
So, what was your favorite moment in the movie? When you fell asleep?
Yeah, when I watched the back of my eyelids. No,
Sweet
I-
release. Okay,
I
we'll
found the
get back-
part when they were like running, at the end, trying to save him. It felt like they're running through this field for like 20 minutes. It
Oh,
seemed
that's
like.
right.
That was
Oh
a
my
funny.
gosh.
That was a funny like camera angle. That was.
And it was green screen, most of it. Most of this movie was green
don't
screen,
know.
which is wild.
anything with the doctor,
I
where he's
think-
being kind of like, I don't know,
Yeah, he was.
being that like very like
I'm better than you type
Yeah,
thing.
just-
Yeah.
very goofy. I
Yeah.
found that funny.
Okay, for me, do you remember that scene at the beginning when the doctor's all like twitching and
Yeah, that
yeah.
was good.
I was like, what is going on here? I was so confused, and you don't get the payoff for that until the movie is almost over.
Oh my gosh.
When
and
this
it's a bad payoff.
exactly, this woman
Yeah.
is like
I thought you were
putting
winking
on
at
it.
me.
It was lame, but I guess you gotta. He needed to. Glenn needed to get this woman dead somehow, so he had to come up with a reason to get her to his house. Which that good for you, man. You made the connection.
The sun was
No
rough.
loopholes.
Oh my
The
gosh.
son was
Oh, wow.
he was a big Sonic fan for sure.
Huge.
Yeah.
Apparently, K-Bay did the special effects for the arm getting ripped off and all the blood shooting out. So good on you, because I'm a huge fan of special effects, Kay.
He's a huge fan of
Practical
paraplegics.
effects.
Yeah.
I didn't mean special effects, I
No.
meant practical effects, just
Yeah.
to be clear.
Yeah.
The remember when the girl gets the flamethrower and the boyfriend does that lame roll around her? Dude.
I thought
Gabe-
that with the stock footage of a flame coming out.
Yes.
That was
it
pretty good too.
was-
Kind of forgot about that.
Oh my
Is there
God.
any way you can actually get the movie and try to find that clip other than it being goofy and enjoyable to you, which it was to me?
Yeah.
What else stood out to you? I mean, I'm impressed that a lot of these, like, Dead Sushi. They said that it only took 10 days to take care of, but these people like committed like for a year doing little bits and pieces just to get it together. And that's like commitment right there, man.
And it also sounds like they have to do a lot. So
Yes.
it's like they're on the job 24/7. So it tends to be harder. I know it's a business owner, you have to delegate that stuff. But, this isn't like a big moneymaker movie or anything
No.
like that. So they knew it's like, okay, if we want to do this. I guess my biggest question would be, okay, you get this out, you're done, right? You watch it. What the fuck was I thinking? Like, then you publish it? Like, and no offense to the director in any way whatsoever, because I can't imagine the amount of work that it took to get all of these people together, get this script, all this stuff. It's a lot of work. So with saying that, don't you think your time would be spent better elsewhere?
No way. Think about what we're doing.
Oh,
This in comparison. Anyway, show that clip, Gabe. Show that clip. I love this. This is like, the whole thing is worth it for this alone, in my opinion.
Oh no!
It's coming up. Ooh. Supernova in his eyeball. Yep.
Ooh. Oh, I was into that.
Ew.
I love
that's not green screen.
I love no.
Okay, that's.
Oh, look,
and then
there we go.
It's like they just freeze framed
yeah.
it. Yeah, and so, ouch. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Ow, my eyeball! It hurt.
One more.
And look,
There
he's
we
just
go.
sitting there.
Yeah.
This
That's good.
again. This is a bad movie, but it knows it. It's not trying to pretend to be anything but what it is.
A piece of junk.
We enjoyed.
An enjoyable
We
piece of
had so
junk.
much fun. Glenn, good job. Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to judge this on two levels. Am I gonna tell everybody I know about this? No. For most people, I'm thinking this is gonna be a 2 or a 3 out of 10. But on the enjoyment level, sitting with a friend, forcing somebody else that I know is gonna hate it to watch it, that takes this up to a good 6 for me.
Ooh,
There it is.
Wow.
I enjoyed this. It made me giggle inside. Now, if I watched it by myself
You're welcome.
and didn't have somebody to text even, then I'd feel a little sad. But
Yeah. Time well spent in other places. I would give it a 2. It's solid. Yeah, just a 2. I mean, okay, the enjoyment factor. Sure. I guess I would need to know the motivation behind the director. Like, and I would love that information. Like, did you make this with the intent of making just like paying homage to those like 80s horror movies when we had a huge kind of wild west in the 80s where the horror genre was just
exploding.
Exploding. And with that, there were people who were essentially kind of like the .com bubble, who are like, we can make a bunch of money, and so they just throw out a piece of junk in the hopes that they'll, so I'd be curious to see if this was like a passion piece, like, or if it was like the intent of going, oh, dude, I can't wait for everybody to see this and like, sell copies, and did it even get a physical release, stuff like that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
It says in his message, he was talking about actual DVDs and Blu-rays being able to be purchased. So he's getting some breast.
Yeah.
I can see this. I would do it for both. It would be a passion. I would also know that it was ridiculous, but I would also have this insane joy inside, not being able to wait to share this with people.
Yeah. No, I had fun watching it. In any other context, like you said, it would be horrible.
Yeah.
So
Gabe,
First off, I just want to say thank you to Glenn, because without people like him, I would be unemployed. So let's give a round of applause,
I mean,
keeps
in
me
a
here.
roundabout way. Yes, Jacob, we know you pay the light bills.
No, I'd probably give it like a I don't want to copy anyone, so I'll say like
2.5.
I'll say 3.
Dude, no, it's not about copying. It's about
No, it
telling
is.
it's about being legitimate. It's about being
It's about
authentic.
being
Right.
who you are.
Right. 1.9.
Okay.
It was just rough to get through. I could see why Judah would like it.
Did you
That's
say?
not-
Did you say what number did you make it?
1.9.
1.9.
All I heard was 9, and I was like,
No.
I guess we're gonna be watching more of this stuff. huh?
Just being real honest now.
Yeah,
The mask just
yeah.
fell off.
Fine. Yeah.
The anime and all this, man. I really, I'm not sure what we're gonna watch next. We would love suggestions. I
Yeah.
know that there's not a ton of people. We're realistic. We know there's not a ton of people watching this, but it would really. I know it would make Judah's day. It would really make my day. If you could just throw a comment down there, and I know that would mean a lot. Anywho,
I would love some hype. Hype in the chat.
Whoop, Gabe. Okay. We've been creeping it real. Please like, subscribe, and share.